Hey guys, I hope this week finds you healthy and happy. I got great news. This Sunday at 10 a.m., we're going to be having a drive-in combined worship service at the church. You'll just bring your vehicles and park in the parking spaces, and we will be transmitting through an FM transmitter so you can all hear through the radios in your cars. Okay, so this week I want to talk to you about purpose. I want you to know that God made you on purpose and with a purpose. What I mean is that no matter what your circumstance looks like, God made you who you are on purpose, and He did it with painstaking attention to detail. Psalm 139, verses 13 and 14 say, "For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well." But sometimes I feel like maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe God made a mistake in choosing me to serve Him. But that's a dangerous idea, and it's a lie that you should avoid at all costs. If you're finding that you're unhappy with who you are becoming, bear in mind that it is our responsibility first to submit ourselves entirely to the will of God, and secondly, to commit ourselves to work as hard as we can at becoming who it is that God created us to be. It's also important to remember that we're supposed to be measuring ourselves not by earthly standards, but by God's standards. Romans chapter 12, verse 2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will." I want to make this very clear. Don't ever say that you can't do or be something because you were born a certain way. Most times, that's just an excuse not to grow because it scares you, or maybe because it's going to be too much hard work. But remember, if God calls you to do it, He's going to give you what you need to do it. Think about it. In Exodus 4:10, we learn that God called Moses to speak and lead. But Moses was an awful speaker. But imagine what would have happened if he'd have said no because of his weakness. The Israelites would have remained slaves. In Isaiah 52:3, it says Jesus wasn't very good looking. What if he would have refused God's call because he was insecure about the way that he looks? We've learned before that God's power is made perfect in our weakness. It's usually the thing that brings us insecurity that's going to end up being the cornerstone for God's glory shining through in our lives. So take a minute to thank God this week for filling in our weak spaces with His grace. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all this Sunday.